Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I am continuing House of the Dragon. This is Season 1, Episode 2, titled The Rogue Prince. I really enjoyed the first episode, and I am anxious to continue this series, see where everything goes. I know there's more episodes out right now, and I still have to catch up, but at least I now hopefully have the time to do so after my little paternity leave. We're doing well. We're doing good here in the little household. Cat and the baby, they're doing fine. He is healthy. He's strong. Crying a lot, but that's how it is with babies. That's their means of communication. If there's anything they need, then they'll cry. But yeah, things are going well in general. And I don't think there's much else to say other than just thank you guys for staying patient with us in these times. Now I can finally catch up on a lot of stuff. I have some more series I have to catch up on that's going to be coming out on Patreon, but at least I'm going to be editing these down for YouTube as well. And speaking of Patreon, there's a link down in the description below where you can go and you can check out some of the stuff that we have over there. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff by myself for a little while, but any support is greatly appreciated. That's how, you know, the channel can survive and all that. And also with the channel, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Like the video, comment, all that good stuff. But let's get into it. This is the second episode. Here we go. Oh. Great. Okay, we are getting a straight up intro. In the same vein as Game of Thrones, with that very familiar theme. Fuck yes. Okay, so I was wondering about that because we didn't get it in the first episode, and we got just a little bit, like a hint of that theme here and there throughout the episode. But now it's just full on, really bringing back those vibes from that original series. And we're on Dragonstone? Perhaps. I might be wrong about that. You tell me in the comments. Yuck. Wow. Oh, God, that person's still alive. Those crabs are just going at it. What happened here?
4 ships have now been lost. The last one was flying my banner. The Stepstones have now grown into a conflagration, yet you sit here and dither about...
Oh, that's what he was talking about in the first episode.
The Crown will compensate you for your ship and crew and make an offering to the men's family.
I don't want compensation.
I want them to not die.
The King's own brother has been allowed to seize Dragonstone and fortify it with an army of his gold cloaks.
Oh, okay.
Damon
That's where he went.
there for over half a year without even a protest.
And it's been half a year.
You have dragon riders, father.
Just about to mention, you do have dragons.
There's some better use for the princess's talents, Your Grace.
Better use?
Sir Aemon was knighted at 8 and 10.
Do any of these knights have combat experience? Beyond capturing poachers?
Fair question.
Sir Criston Cole.
Ah, that guy.
I fought for a year as a foot soldier against the Dornish incursions. Sir Arlen Dondarrion knighted me after we raised 2 of the watchtowers along the Burnway.
Dondarrion.
I choose Sir Criston Cole.
Boom, just like that.
My father should be defended by a man who's known real combat.
Of course, Princess.
Well, let us plan Sir Criston's investiture then.
Hard to disagree with that logic, I guess.
The Valyrian capital was built into a volcano, much like Dragonstone. And the Dragon Lords, the highest of the nobility, lived here, at the volcanic face.
Oh, that's what we were seeing in the intro. Old Valyria.
The glory of old Valyria will never be seen again.
Oop.
Tell me, how is Rhaenyra? I wish she would approach me.
What if you went to her?
There are times when I would rather face the Black Dread himself than mine own daughter. You do not mention our talks to Rhaenyra, do you? I fear that she wouldn't understand them.
No, Your Grace.
Interesting what's going on here with Alicent.
Wed our daughter Laena. Unite the two great surviving Valyrian houses.
It hasn't even been half a year since Emma passed.
The realm expects you to take a new wife sooner or later, Your Grace, to strengthen your line and produce more heirs. You could not ask for a stronger match than Laena.
Have we seen Laena yet? Is that from the Iron Throne
This is
again?
our best chance to save the digit, Your Grace. The maggots will remove the dead flesh and hopefully stop the advance of the rot.
Is that really the best way?
A match with their daughter would go a long way towards sealing the breach. And uniting the two great Valyrian houses would certainly signal unity throughout the realm and beyond.
Otto is not too fond of this idea.
I dearly loved my own lady wife. The pain of her passing still haunts me. And to be compelled to replace her for duty's sake. You are the king, but I do not envy you.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tough decisions to make, Viserys. Oh, there's one pretty garden. Oh, she's that young. Excuse.
What was it like flying the Black Dread? But Vhagar still lives. Somewhere. But too large for the dragon pit.
Where's Vhagar?
Some would say too large for our world.
Are we gonna see Vhagar?
I would give you many children of pure Valyrian blood, so that we might strengthen the royal line and the realm.
Is that what your father told you to say?
Yep.
What did your mother tell you?
That I wouldn't have to bed you until I turned 14.
That's still... He doesn't want to. Not only is she a child, but... fucking incest. I know that's not a big deal for these peeps.
His new wife will produce new heirs, and chances are better than not that one of those will be male. And when that boy comes of age and your father has passed, the men of the realm will expect him to be heir, not you.
True that.
Men would sooner put the realm to the torch than see a woman ascend the Iron Throne. And your father is no fool.
You're probably right about that.
I brought you something.
I think I can definitely see where this is going.
I asked the stonemasons to mend it.
This is very kind. Your Grace, I've called the small council to an emergency session.
Why?
I think it best you hear it directly.
What now? Something to do with Daemon or this crab feeder? Or... What? Oh shit.
Daemon.
Ah.
Her Grace is with child, and is to have a dragon's egg placed in the babe's cradle. The prince has invited you to his wedding, Your Grace. It is in 2 days' time.
Don't go. Yeah. Daemon's okay. Okay. Dreamfire. Oh. Well, of course it is.
Will you see the king tonight?
If you wish it.
He's really pushing her towards the king.
Please look after the hands, Sir Kristen.
And so Kristen is going with him as well. You do not see this ending well. Oh, that's a cool shot. What's up, Damon?
Your occupation of this island is at an end. You're to relinquish the dragon's egg, disband your army, banish your whore, and leave Dragonstone by order of His Grace King Viserys.
Where is the king? I don't see him.
His Grace would never lower himself to entertain such a mummer's farce.
Sir Crispin, wasn't it?
Sir Criston Cole, my prince.
Ah, yes, apologies. I couldn't recall.
Perhaps my prince recalls when I knocked him off his horse.
Here it is.
Are you mad? You'd never survive this.
Well, happily, neither would you.
To choose violence here is to declare war against your king.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. I choose violence. Shit, are we doing this? Whoa. Well, hello there. Wait. Oh!
Podzadrzomy mazempilo vule, konir nuhruho sutjailan.
Siculant.
Razilari tubi.
If you wish to be restored as heir, you'll need to kill me. So do it. And be done with all this bother.
Whoop. Okay. Damn. Damon, he's such an interesting character.
These men might not put the prince's head on a spike, but what would they do with the commoner he claims he's taken to wife and made with child?
No one will harm you.
I came to you to be liberated.
Liberated. From what?
Fear.
Marriage is not an obligation you can put off for long.
What if I was to reject Lord Corlys' proposal?
He would not be likely to take it well.
Yeah,
I
probably
fear nothing
not.
short of a direct line to the Iron Throne would satisfy him. You should wed Lena Velaryon, Your Grace. Sate Lord Corlys and fix him at your side, permanently as an ally.
This scheming and politics.
I could never replace your mother. No more than I intend to replace you as heir. But you are my only heir, and our line is vulnerable. Too easily ended. And by marrying again, I may begin to ensure that we are better defended.
Against who?
Whomever may dare to challenge us. I do not wish to make us estranged.
You are the king. And so your first duty is to the realm. Mother would have understood this. Just as I do.
Yeah. What to do, what to do. Yeah, just like Otto, I don't envy his position. So what? You gonna marry a 12-year-old, Viserys? For the realm?
I have decided to take a new wife.
Or is he gonna do something unexpected here?
I intend to marry the Lady Alicent.
Yeah, fuck. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Oh. For fuck's sake.
My house is Valerian, the greatest power in the realm.
And I am your king.
Yeah. That's just what Otto wanted. And she's like, what the fuck?
House Valarian's origins reach back to old Valyria. More ancient even than House Targaryen.
Who are you talking to?
Unlike every other Lord of the Realm, I can say that I built my house's high seat with the strength of mine own back. I've always thought of you and I as having been made from the same cloth.
Okay, yeah. Well, that backfired quickly.
You've heard of the troubles in the Stepstones. I have been petitioning the king to send my navy into the territory, but he's denied me.
It was never my brother's strongest trait.
What?
Being king.
I will not have Driftmark beggared while our king idles himself with feasts and balls and tourneys.
I will speak of my brother as I wish. You will not.
We are the realm's second sons, Daemon. Our worth is not given.
Second sons.
It must be made.
Whew, okay, yeah. Building towards something here for sure. Well, that was episode 2, The Rogue Prince. A lot of stuff went down in this one. We picked up like a half a year after the events of the first episode where Rhaenyra, I keep doing that. Rhaenyra, she was made heir to the Iron Throne. And of course, that doesn't sit well with a lot of the lords of Westeros because, oh, no, shit, a queen that's going to rule. Oh, no, a woman. And we knew that was probably going to be the response, and the King Viserys is being pressured into remarrying because that will, of course, fortify his position and the position of his family, as he said when he was talking to Rhaenyra. But also, it might produce a male heir, which will appease all of these lords of Westeros. And a lot of people were making plays for that. Most notably, we got to see the Valerian, so Corlys Valerian, make a play for that with his daughter, his very young 12-year-old daughter. That's always so freaking icky when you get into that whole age thing and incest involved as well. But yeah, it's a part of this world and does take some inspiration from our world as well. The medieval times in our world. But there was someone else who was also trying to gain something here and get the king to remarry his own daughter. Otto Hightower was pushing Alicent Hightower towards the king, and we've seen them have these talks throughout the first 2 episodes. And Viserys, well, yeah, he trusts Alicent. Just like, I guess, yeah, he trusts her father, and that was the choice that he went with. It just didn't feel right to him that he was going to marry this 12-year-old, which I definitely get, but I also see how that could be not a wise choice to go against Valerian, and we saw immediately the consequences of that in the end when he was talking to Daemon and kind of spurring him on to show who he is and carve out a place for himself, just like the Valerians have been doing for themselves, even in old Valyria. And it's a very old family. They've never been dragon lords, though, but they have been lords of the sea. And we've heard about, this crab feeder, what's going on with these shipping lanes and the stepstones, and that, yeah, they call him the sea snake. Yeah, the sea snake wanted the king to act on that. He refused to do it, and now he also refused to marry his daughter. So that's when he turns to Daemon Targaryen, who has occupied Dragonstone. He's staying there with his new soon-to-be wife. He announced that he was going to marry her and they were going to have a child. That wasn't exactly true. And I like that she's definitely standing up for herself, and she's been like, I've had a rough fucking life. Like, as far back as I can remember, I've just been sold and passed around. I barely remember my fucking homeland. And I just want to be free of this. I want to be free of fear. I don't know if you're with the right person there. And I don't see her story ending well. But yeah, we'll see about that. So as per usual, there's just a lot of politics and scheming going on. And that's what I also really enjoyed about the early seasons of Game of Thrones and the books as well in particular, is all of this going on. And it seems very realistic inside of this crazy fantasy world that we got going on. And we got to see some dragons in this one as well. Not dragon action per se. We almost got to that. But because of the choice that Rhaenyra made, where she went to Dragonstone to retrieve the egg and talk to her brother. But I do think that was a good choice. And she is quite smart, quite clever. But I also get, her reaction towards the end, finding out that her handmaiden and her trusted friend is now going to marry her father. And I don't, like, I have a hard time figuring out, like, what Alicent herself is thinking of all of this. Like, I could imagine, and we see signs of this with, like, her kind of picking at her fingers and getting, wounds there. And that's definitely a sign of being extremely nervous and not entirely sure of the situation that you're in. It could definitely be a sign of that. And her father also had some harsh words for her there, where, like, you're the most comely girl at court, so why do you disfigure yourself like this, or something to that extent. And yeah, it's also interesting with him as a character, because he's very I was about to say mellow, but at least very considerate in like his choice of words. Always, it seems like nothing really phases him. Besides, when he arrived at Dragonstone and he saw that, okay, we might be in serious fucking danger here, and he was telling Daemon to back the fuck down and just leave Dragonstone. Don't marry this whore. He got a little bit heated there, but other than that, like, he's always very calm and calculated, and he has been scheming in the background, and then we saw the results of that now here at the end, with Viserys going to marry Alicent Hightower. So yeah, I'm curious to see, like, where we're gonna pick up in the third episode, and if we're gonna have a little bit of a time jump again, or we're gonna maybe go straight to seeing Daemon Targaryen going to the Stepstones and taking out this crab feeder guy, so that he can it's a show of force for the realm and to secure his position as well. So it's really like we're on the brink of something here. And again, I do not envy Viserys' position. He is just being, scabbed at, if you can call it that, picked at, like, from all various angles, and it's definitely getting to him, and you can sort of correlate that to, like, the very physical thing that's going on with him and his body as well, with the throne, where he keeps cutting himself. And I definitely see that as quite obvious symbolism, that the throne and his position and the things that he has to do as a king, it's slowly eating at him, making him weaker in a sense, and he's got to make some serious moves here as the king. And was it the right move towards the end? I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But just the nature of this show, the nature of this story, most likely not going to end well for him, and we're going to go get into an all-out war, a Targaryen civil war, and that's some of the stuff that I've also read about in Fire and Blood. That's right there behind me. Again, I don't remember everything too well. I could reread it, but I don't want to do that, because then I won't be as surprised when doing these reactions. So yeah, man, another really interesting, good, well-crafted episode with a lot of intrigue in there, and it is still really giving me those early Game of Thrones vibes. And we also got an intro where, yeah, I thought mistakenly that oh, is this Dragonstone, or like where are we going? Because like in the old intro, of course, they were showing us different locations in Westeros, and sometimes other locations as well beyond Westeros, where the story was taking place. But here, focusing on old Valyria, and I really like that as well, because that is their legacy. The Targaryens, they come from old Valyria, and they kind of want to maybe get back to that, you know, strength that they had back then. But even though Valyria was like the strongest, or yeah, the most powerful place in the world, and they had a large fleet, they had so many fucking dragons, like they were destroyed in an instant because of, yeah, well, volcanoes, and they just got swallowed up, and not a lot of them survived. Only the ones who sort of left Valyria before the doom. And just going back to Daemon, like, he continues to be a very interesting character, where like at first I thought that he was maybe gonna be more of a one-note type of character, where yeah, he's just gonna be out of control and just straight up evil, but no, there's something else to him, and I sort of get his position. I get that he wants to be king, but you know, something interesting happened there in during his talks with the sea snake, Corlys Velaryon, at the end, where yeah, he was sort of bad mouthing the king, and then Daemon went like, no, that's for me to do. You don't do that. So he has some sort of honor in him as well, and some integrity as a character, and I think Matt Smith is just playing that beautifully. It's a lot of really good actors in the show, like playing these roles to perfection right now, I would say. So still 2 episodes in, really enjoying it. What do you guys think about the show at this moment? Please, no spoilers, I guess, for the next couple of episodes, although I'm probably gonna see if I can watch them as soon as possible, so that I'm up to speed with that. But again, let me know what you think about the series in general. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, comment, take a look at the Patreon. That would mean a lot to us. There's, you know, all the full length reactions over there, where you can sync up the video with your own copy, and then just watch the whole thing with me. Same goes for She-Hulk that I'm doing right now, and the Rings of Power. I'm gonna do Cowboy Bebop soon, you know, for you anime fans out there, and I'm also planning on editing those down for YouTube at some point, and then hopefully at this point we're done with Stranger Things, but there was a little bit of a delay with the last 2, as you guys probably know if you're watching this. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you as soon as possible. Bye.